myself. Throughout this night, we'll ask for some things from you all as we go. But I'm going to take you back to the past, back to little Karla as we start. I just played the song, This Is Me. So I think it's such a powerful anthem. And there's so much about that resonates with me. So basically, all my life, I have never really felt like I belonged. I came from a family with 3 other siblings who are gorgeous and successful and were popular. And I was none of those things. I never really felt like I fit in the real world, but I also, at age 5, started dancing. And then at age 7, immersed myself into theater. And even there, I didn't feel like that I fit in. So the way that I found to address that was through humor. So I was like, I'll be funny. I'm super funny. Ha ha, I'm funny. And so that's what I did. I found all the funny in every situation, whether it was on stage or in like a living room or entertaining my grandparents or whatnot. But I also never felt beautiful. And I have a sister who was just like 5'9", blonde, legs from like here to here. And I looked like this for the majority of my life. People used to say to me, Karla, you have such a beautiful face. And what they really meant was this. Karla, you're fat. That's right. That's the label that I most hear in my life. That's the first thing people see about me is the girth and the extra weight that I carry around on my body, not in my heart. There's a lot in there as well. And so that's sort of how I embraced life as the fat, funny friend. But I wanted to be famous. Anybody else ever want to be famous? Yes, I was going to go to the fame school. Y'all remember that? That's right. I was going to be a superstar. And then I started auditioning for things, and everything changed. At 9 years old, I started noticing the differences between me and the other people that were in my classes. I realized very quickly that I was going to be judged by pounds and costume sizes and not by the talent that I had. But I kept hope alive and I dreamed of these amazing, amazing roles. So the first thing I auditioned for, and I was so excited, it's the 1980s. Anyone from the 80s? Yeah. Yes. All the rage was Annie. That's right, Annie was amazing. It was wonderful. Sarah Jessica Parker even played Annie. It was awesome. So they were putting this production on, and I was convinced that I was going to be Annie. But before I could do that, I had to get some experience. So you can see some lovely photos of myself in Barnum. Yes, where I played audience member. In Alibaba, where I played one of 7 wives. That was weird to do for children. And then next, you can see what else I did. Hold on, it's coming. Be surprised. Dun, 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 dun. That's right, I was in Up with kids. Does anyone remember that from the 1980s? That's right, a movement to make kids feel better about themselves. I didn't. I also had the Farrah Fawcett hairstyle there, so. And then they were like, let's make Karla be sexy as a child. Because I had boobs and a butt and nobody else did, but as I'm fat. So again, I auditioned for Annie and I was convinced, let me put on my little orphan sweater. Hold on. I was convinced I was going to be Annie. And I practiced until my father said, shut the fuck up. And I sang, the sun will come out tomorrow, bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Just thinking about tomorrow clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow till there's none. And that's what there was, none. I did not get the role of Annie. Instead, you can see that I played Pepper, angry orphan. That was the first of many angry roles that I played. A stereotype that I leaned into very, very well. And I had one great line in The Hard Knock Life. It's easier than putting up a fight. Again, no small roles, only small people. But I wasn't small people, that's why I didn't get that role. So then I thought, that's okay. The next one, you'll get it. I can't believe how optimistic I was. And we were going to do Shakespeare. I was kind of nerdy and I was super into Shakespeare. I even drugged my husband years later to Stratford-upon-Avon. A Midsummer Night's Dream. It's the greatest of all the comedies. And I wanted to be Titania, the queen of the fairies, where I get to have this on and off again thing with Oberon. A little dalliance with a man that's a donkey. But, lo and behold, alas, I was given this role. That's right, the mischievous Puck with a costume that looked like a broke-down Peter Pan made of felt. But I had fun with it, and I still even remember the epilogue. If you're not familiar with the play, it's all a dream. And so at the end, Puck says, if we shadows have offended, think of this and all is mended. But we have but slumbered here while these visions did appear. And all is meek and mildly too, nothing simpler than a dream. Just a dream. I wasn't even like a real character. A dream. But alas, the green tights were chafing. Just so you know. If you don't wear tights as a big girl, you don't understand. Chafing, it's a good thing. No, it's not. So anyway, I became a teenager. That's a thing. That's what happens when you get older. And it was really interesting, even at 9, I started to realize those things about myself and about my body and about casting, and starting to have this realization that maybe there was a different path for me. So when we got into high school, which back in my day, you got into high school at like 13. It's weird. We started with a great production called Bye Bye Birdie. Anyone familiar? It's like a fake takeoff on Elvis Presley, basically, who comes and like makes out with some teenage girl. Again, the things that they did in the 80s are not good anymore. And I knew, like, I was never going to be the teenage girl, right? I totally knew. But I wanted a role. I wanted a big role. So I wanted to be Rosie Alvarez, secretary to Albert Peterson. It was a great role. Fantastic role. She did a little dance. She went to like the club. She told him what to do. I was ready for it. I was ready. But alas, once again, I had a different role, as you can see right here. That's right. I was Mae Peterson, the old Jewish mother who did a monologue in a trash can. Can you see that there? In a trash can. She comes in exhausted. She sits down. She says, Sonny, I'm so sorry. I'm a little faint from taking the subway. Why didn't I take the taxi? Well, because I lead taxis to my successful son. You see, a mother like me can ride in a crowded, dirty subway where no one would even think to give up their seat for someone like me, an older woman who's raised children and deserves better. Mothers like dirt nowadays. Well, here's the money I saved from the subway, Sonny. Go buy yourself some candy. And then I crawled in the trash. I don't know why. That was the directing of the day. But I actually still quite remember this all throughout my high school, and it shows up in all of our reunion photos. A picture of me in a trash can. So that is how I was remembered at our 5-year reunion, our 10-year reunion, our 20-year, our 25, and I'm sure that's how I will be remembered at our 35-year reunion. By then I'll be old enough to actually play that role versus the 16-year-old that I was. And I want to take you through one more of my casting journeys. The ultimate play for someone in the 80s. My high school youth association was going to do Grease. Yes, Grease. It's like the holy gospel of musical theater. And I knew from the past I would never be Sandy. Would never be Sandy. But I thought, maybe I'll be Rizzo. I'll be the bad girl. I've never been a bad girl before. Right? I could sex it up and be saucy. I had big boobs at the time, right? So I thought I could do this. And I was ready and I auditioned and I was like, there are worse things I could do than go with a boy or two. Even though the neighborhood thinks I'm trashy and no good. I suppose it could be true, but there are worse things I could do. Well, there weren't. It was a terrible audition. I was not right for the role. And instead, I became the wonderful, exciting Jan. And for those of you who are not familiar with Grease, Jan is a shoving a Twinkie down her shirt kind of girl who's famous for the song, Russia, 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 and that's all she does in the whole play. So I learned pretty quickly that there was a lane that I needed to stay in. Why? Because I was fat. And that's okay. Like, I embrace who I am. I look in the mirror and I see what I look like. And I loved theater so much. So, you know what? Every role I took as a starring role. No small parts, no small people, just me, giving it 100% of my all. And I went to college to study theater. And I thought I was something special, right? I stood out. I was the one that got the funny roles. When I went to college, there were 20 other women just like me. Big, bold, beautiful, talented. And all of a sudden, I felt myself shrinking into myself. And at 23, I walked away from performing. And for 17 years, I didn't touch a stage. During that time, I had some new labels. And the first one was that one. Yep, that's it. Now the second one was wife. And those of you who are married or have a partner in life realize how quickly your identity shifts and changes when you become someone's partner, someone's spouse, someone's significant other. And I am blessed to have a very supportive partner. But being a wife, pieces of me started chipping away just a little bit, and I began to wonder who I was. And then I got a new label that came, which was this one here, which was mom. And what a joy and what pride I have in my son, who's now a grown man of 25 and probably one of my closest friends. The thing maybe I'm most proud of, but being a mother takes so much energy away from who you are. And I'm a giver by nature, so I was giving to both of these incredible men in my life. And because of that, I felt this. I felt lost. I didn't know where I had gone. I didn't feel like I had an identity anymore. I didn't even know if there was a label that I could put on myself. And when I turned 40, that's a long time ago, we went on a cruise. And I got to see a Second City improv show. And my mind was blown. And my world has changed. I took a class And I loved it. I could be the villain. I could be the sex pot. I could be the ingenue. I could be the pirate. I could be whatever I wanted to be. And that was something new and something very refreshing for me. And it made me shift on how I saw myself. And that label that I had earlier, that I started to think about it a little bit differently and embrace it a little bit differently and think, how can I put a positive spin on that? Because there's so much negativity associated with plus size and body size. And so I came up with a brand new label that I want to share with you all. And it's this: ample. Yeah. That's right. And I'm a nerd, like I said, so I looked it up in the dictionary. And it says, Karla, right there in the dictionary, you're not fat and funny. It says that. You're not fat and funny. What it says is this. Dramatic pause. It says, I'm more than enough. And so are each and every one of you. So when we think about labels, think about how you can turn what someone might see into a positive spin. So that's the second part of my show tonight. It's going to involve you all and some local improvisers. So over here in this box are some pink pieces of paper. What I'd like you to do is grab a pen and write on the front side a label that most people might look at you and give you, whether that's odd or sexy or daddy or zaddy, whatever it might be. So grab a piece of paper and I want you to write on one side a label that people use to define you. And then we're going to flip it over on the other side. I want you to flip that into a positive thing, right? Fat to ample, more than enough. Zaddy to, that felt like a good one. I don't know how you make a positive spin on that. But that's what I want you to do. So we are going to grab these pieces of paper, and you all are going to fill out these pink sheets and then hand them to me when you are done with them. All right, so I'd like to bring up to the stage our four folks that are going to be playing in our montage for our dramatic interpretation of Judge and your labels. So, the screen, show me, who's coming up? John! Yeah. For you here. So I'm going to ask my players to go up there, take a step up, and read those words out loud so that everyone can see them. So just jump on up, grab it. You don't have to pull the cards down, but just read a couple of those cards so everyone sees the words. What do we got over here, Drew?
Oh, we got serious, weird, and tall.
Ooh, awesome. Rita, what do we got?
Sunshine, unrealistic, and indecisive.
Ooh, I love that someone looks at you and thinks, indecisive.
Invisible. We have one of a kind and trouble.
Ooh, all right, John.
Confident and brave.
All right, so those are the words we're going to use to inspire some improv. Give us
Sweetheart, I just don't understand why every time my friends are around, you have to act all weird. Sweetheart, I love you, but you're weird.
You wanted me to act like something I'm not anytime that I am...
I'm sorry. I don't mean to roll my eyes, but I just want you to fit in, sweetheart, that's all.
I'm not a pageant girl like you, okay? I don't have gorgeous long blonde hair. I'm just not that.
But you can be.
got some bad news about Grandma. She's transitioned. And
So she's gone?
we won't get a chance to say goodbye.
Oh,
Um,
I thought we had a weaver.
Yeah, I knew we were going to drive to Pennsylvania.
yeah, it came about really suddenly. I know how much she meant to the family. The time we spent at her house in Pennsylvania.
No. That's not fair. That's not fair. Let's just go now. Let's just go now. We can make it. We can make it.
Yeah, I mean, we can just buy some plane tickets and we can be there.
Yeah, I wish it were that easy. I honestly wish it were that easy.
I need to see her.
What's stopping us?
Yeah.
She's gone. Okay? We'll see her.
But she's like physically still there. And I can hold her and I can hug her.
What you're looking for is not there anymore. The person is still there. But
You know, you're one of a kind.
Yeah, that's like a really nice way to say that I'm odd. I've heard that before.
No, like I totally mean it in the most like sincere way ever. Like you're the coolest school at this university. Like the coolest. Like, oh my God, I'm getting tongue tied. You're the coolest kid at this university, and like I would love to take you to the fraternity party this weekend.
Me at a party with other people?
I mean, we don't have to go to the party. I mean, we could just go to the quad and sit by a tree. We could go to a movie. I would just like to spend some time with you because you're one of a kind. And maybe we could be like two of a kind.
Okay. I know you know about my father. Everybody knows about my father. I don't love sharing my last name because people think I'm some Nepo baby, but
I don't know anything about your father. It's just you I'm interested in. I watch you walk down the halls and you have such confidence.
Fake it until you make it, I guess.
I mean,
We can do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
I don't know.
I need this. I need this. All right? Even if you don't feel like it, I need this.
Okay, I'll do it. But what do I wear? You know, people are gonna be looking.
Who cares? Who cares? Just wear whatever. I don't care. Nobody cares. Nobody cares what you're wearing. I'm sorry, they don't. It's not about that. Let's just go and have fun. Please. Just this once. I just go and not care about what anybody else thinks.
girls, you better not get into trouble this evening when you go outside.
What? Gosh, Mom, we're gonna be fine. We're gonna have so much fun.
I don't want any police cars at my house at 2 a.m.
God.
Okay. Let's do it.
You ready? Okay, don't act like that, but let's do it.
So, I was auditioning for the role, and I was pretty confident. I practiced, trained all night, and the director just kind of put a dark cloud over my sunshine. I was cast as the role of
Tree number 1. Oh, hey, if you're gonna be a tree, it's so good that you're number 1, right?
Again, I don't know how many trees are in the Sahara.
I'm sure there's like I'm not very geographically inclined.
I just don't think this is right for me.
Come on. We're a family of great actors. It's just in our blood. Dad would want you to rock tree number 1.
Hey, Mom! I just saw the cast list. I'm camel number 4.
You're camp number 4. Great.
You're just a tree.
I don't want to go by myself.
I don't know that you have a choice. I'll be with you in spirit. But you have to be confident about your decision.
This doesn't do me any good.
Look. We believe in you, okay? This is a hard step for anyone to make. But if anyone's going to do it, it has to be you.
I mean, I appreciate that. I really do. I really appreciate that. I don't feel like I can do this on my own. I'm not ready. I'm not.
Look, Rachel, we've been through this, okay?
You've been through this. I still need you.
You need me?
I need you.
You didn't need me when you stole from the store, did you?
Oh my God.
You didn't need me when you hotwired the car, did
I'm gonna
you?
let some of that stuff go, okay? People grow, they change. You need to change.
Mom, get out of my room.
I couldn't decide if I should come into your room, but then you were acting odd, so I decided maybe I should come into your room. And then I decided, well, that would be an invasion of your privacy. But then I was like, nope, I need to know. So I came in your room and I opened your drawers and I found your stuff.
You're so crazy. Oh my God, listen. I'm a teenager. I have my own autonomy now, okay? And
That is a big word for you.
I have an A in all my classes.
I know you're a good kid. And I usually trust you completely, but you've been acting odd, so when I opened that drawer, I saw those things, those.
You don't even know what those are.
Yeah, did you tell her she's grounded?
I was just sitting there, come in and help me, because I don't know what to call those things.
This is the thing for the two of you. I don't want to get involved in this.
I found those pills. Those pills. I don't know what they do.
Just make me in a better mood. Okay?
I'll just take some and we'll see what happens.
Oh, you don't. Mom, you.
Well, if they're fine, then I should be able to take them.
It's their prescription.
You'll give them to you. I'll give them to your mother. Hey, hon, take some of these.
All right.
They're supposed to be fine.
Sweetheart, I know we've been dating for some time now, but I just want to say that you are the light of my life. And I want to know if you will do me the pleasure of being my one true love for the rest of our lives.
Well, honey, this is awkward.
That's not a yes.
No, it's not a no. It's not a no.
Well, what is it then, Marcus? Because
babe. Yeah, we're ordering breakfast.
I just feel.
We talked about time and place.
I just feel like a fool.
Babe, no, you're not a fool. You're not a fool. Hey, I love you.
You have a tall stack of pancakes.
But priorities. Okay.
But sweetheart, I just thought it would be a great story for our kids one day.
Okay. And you know what? You're so right. It would be a great story. And you're right. I love you. Ow! But the breakfast is getting cold. And we're just getting hungry.
You're right. I guess sometimes I just get a little overexcited.
Yeah. And you know, no one can think well with no pancakes in their tummy.
No.
We need pancakes in our tummy.
We do.
Yeah, you know. So let's pretend this never. Oh.
I know I'm alive. I know I'm alive.
You are.
You know, I'm just trying to embrace it. I'm just trying to be me.
I think that's a lot. And I love you for you. I do, but sometimes.
You're going to tell me to tone it down.
No, I'm not. You should be all the you can be. But sometimes I need to be all the me I can be far away from you.
That sounds like you don't like to be around.
No.
I'm just saying that's what it sounds like.
I love you. I love everything about you in small doses.
But see, when you say that, it does not sound good.
No, I promise. Like, I don't mean to be hurtful. I mean, I don't want you to change. So if you don't change, then you stay exactly who you are. And you'll be happy that way. And I will be happy with just small breaks, like a 2-hour trip to the grocery store.
What kind of relationship is that going to be?
A relationship where we understand our needs.
Just being apart, except in small doses?
Just for like 2 hours at a time. The other 22 minus work.
And sleep?
And picking up the kids.
Okay.
We can be together. That's a good 4 hours a day.
I need more. I need somebody who just loves this.
Sweetheart, I bought a gown for you. Yes, so you can get all dolled up and just, be pretty, be beautiful, and not weird.
Oh,
There you go.
that's a color.
Heels, 6 inches. What does that look? What does that look for?
This is not me. You're very clearly trying to make something that is not me. I don't know what you want me to do about that. I can put on the heels and this ugly orange dress.
Ugly. That dress is beautiful and it's going to make you gorgeous. I'm just trying to make this work. I'm trying to form a connection with you, with the thing that I love.
You can't form a connection with something that you don't want anything to do with. You're pushing your stuff, your pageant stuff, your sparkles, your sequins, your ugly shades of orange. And that's just not me, okay? I like dark colors. I like cats. I like witchcraft. And I'm sorry that that's too freaky for your friends.
Yes.
Hey, I'm here for the seance.
Yeah, right here.
Janet, the indecisiveness of our relationship has led me to this decision. I'm going to decide that you're going to see him.
You're making that decision?
I'm making the decision.
That we're going to see other people.
We're going to see other people.
Like at the same time that we're seeing each other?
No. Again, we are going to see other people separately, apart from one another.
So you're breaking up with me.
That's correct.
You just say that.
Janet, this was the problem.
What?
Miscommunication, indecisiveness.
I just don't want labels on things all the time. Why can't we just be us? Just be us.
It's easier said than done, okay?
You like hanging out, right?
I like hanging out.
You like spending time at my
I
apartment?
like spending time
You like
with her.
staying over sometimes?
I like staying
Let's just
sometime.
leave it at that.
Okay, we'll leave it at that.
Do you think you slick? No, don't shout it. What do you think you're doing?
Taking my coat off. I'm gonna hang it up.
Don't touch it. Put it down. Put it down. Explain yourself.
Well, you always get mad if I don't hang up my coat, so I was gonna hang up my coat so that you're gonna be mad about my coat being on the ground.
Because where have you been? Where have you been? You just can't walk in and then act like everything's fine and now want to hang up your
It's
coat.
not fine, my coat needs to be hung. Look, I was somewhere important. That's all you need to know.
That's all I need to know.
Somewhere I had to be.
Why don't you go back then?
Okay. I thought I had a curse.
Yeah,
You want to know that?
that was rhetorical. Sarcasm. Exactly. Now sit down. Molly, where have you been? Don't make me
I told you I was somewhere important. I took Tiffany to the doctor to get a pregnancy test.
Tiffany's pregnant?
Yeah.
Well, have you been?
Pregnant? No, I've not been
Well,
pregnant.
not pregnant, but do you have sex now? I didn't know that you were there yet.
It's not something we can talk about.
But sweetheart, if you can't talk about it with me, then who can you talk with about?
Tiffany?
Don't get mad, okay?
Okay. That's not a great way to start the conversation.
Dad,
Happy.
I'm your little girl,
Yeah.
and I always will be.
I mean, yeah. It's true.
So,
You're 2 for 2 right now.
so I brought you here to the park.
It's a beautiful park.
We used to come here a lot
All the time.
with.
You fell down that hill.
I sure did. We don't talk about that later. With Mom. So.
Mom's here.
Was it everything? Everything was so happy. Okay, we would come to the park. I would bust my ass on the hill, and you would laugh, and Mom would laugh, and you would take pictures, and it would be us, and we would be happy. So I gave her a call.
You gave her a call. She's here.
Yes. She knows that. She knows that I'm here.
Does she know that I'm here?
It's like a meet cute.
Okay.
You know?
So you thought this was cute?
I thought it was great. I thought it was. You want me to be happy, and I want you to be happy.
Is
And
she bringing her new man?
look,
Oh, I had a long pause.
I couldn't exactly say no. You're adults. You know how this stuff works. Maybe we can even be friends.
What a wild night!
Yeah.
First time I've ever had a mugshot. Thank you so much. You were just the best sister for just taking me out and showing me the
This
world.
is not how I expected the night to go.
Me neither, but